Welcome everyone to Nuka World, the happiest place on Earth. Or, it was, before I turned into the most dystopian, raider-infested, slavery-powered empire the Wasteland has ever seen. Forget safe settlements, and forget the Minutemen. Today, we're turning capitalism up to 11 and seeing just how profitable one man, me, can get by exploiting, pillaging, and let's be honest, just enslaving every single person in sight. First, we gotta get to the transit center, and the only way to do that is to listen to a radio broadcast by Nuka-Cola themselves.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick.
Now that I've honed in on the location of the transit center, I can start making my way through this nuclear winter hellhole to get to this location. As I was walking, I stumbled upon an irradiated bear. So, commonly, I tried to reason with it, and, to my surprise, it worked. After a few more minutes of walking, we arrived at the Nuka World Transit Center, and obviously, I sent the bear in first. I then sat there and watched my bear get beaten and bludgeoned to death by a bunch of gunners. This was a big mistake, because now, nothing is stopping me from absolutely eviscerating this gunner squad. After I enter the transit station, I meet a man that promptly vents to me about how his family was taken by raiders. Feeling bad for him, I try to give him the best advice that I can.
Your family's probably dead.
He then tells me that he knows his family is alive, and he would go back to get him himself, except he got shot trying the first time, so now he's wounded, and he's asking me for my help. But as he keeps talking to me, I manage to look over his body and see that he has no visible wounds, meaning that this man is trying to trick me. Being the brave entrepreneur that I am, I tell him that I'll help him for a hefty price. But, in reality, I am not planning on doing that. After blatantly lying to this man's face, I back up, because if there's one thing in this world I hate more than anything, it's liars. I then proceed to absolutely atomize this man, so that his story is no longer false. After disintegrating that poor man, I hop on the train to Nuka World, where a raider by the name of Gage proceeds to tell me that I've been lured into a trap, and not the good kind.
I'm Lady Boy.
Gage then tells me that I have to make it through the gauntlet if I ever want a chance to get into Nuka World. And let me tell you something, in 10 years when Disney realizes that their target demographic is a bunch of millennials that act like children, I bet you this is the same precaution that they are also going to take. I made my way through each room with ease, until I realized something truly unfathomable. Instead of dying, my character would just sit on the floor and reminisce about life, until he got back up again and acted like nothing happened. Coming to this fruition, I realized that we were destined to rule Nuka World, because what better of a ruler than a king that literally cannot die? Gage then tells me I have to fight the CEO of Nuka World, a guy named Coulter. Apparently, not a single raider in Nuka World likes this idiot. So, right now, we have the majority vote. Coulter's suit is powered by this long rod that connects to the ceiling, kinda like a supervillain that had a baby with a bumper car. Little does this guy know, I have his biggest weakness, a child's toy. As soon as the battle starts, I start pelting Coulter with H2O, to which he implodes. After I absolutely lay Coulter out like a lawn chair, Gage opens the door for me, and I am now officially the overboss of Nuka World. After exploring my newfound kingdom, I engage in some dialogue with this robot, in which it straight insults me.
Are you finished wasting my time, you filthy low-life scabber?
I did not take those insults lying down, and being the overboss of Nuka World, this robot had to be punished. I then meet back up with Gage, where he tells me that I have to align the 3 greater groups of Nuka-Cola World. First, I have to meet up with the Disciples, which literally live in the tunnels of New York City and stink like feces. After talking to their leader for what felt like an eternity, I finally had good cahoots with them, so it was time to move on. Next on our list were the Operators, which were honestly just a bunch of theater kids with really high extended egos. They pretty much told us the same exact thing that the poo-poo-pee-pee people did, so we don't really need anything else from them. The last group I had to talk to was the Pack, which, if I could describe them in one way, it would be a bunch of people that ran through a paintball game without armor on. I was going to bring this up to their leader until he stood up and towered a good 8 feet above my character, so I resigned. He also said the exact same thing as the other 2 factions, and they were also my least favorite, so I promptly left. I then head back to Gage, where he tells me that we have to liberate the rest of Nuka World because we only have about 1/5 of it under our actual control. So first I was gonna go and conquer Kiddie Kingdom, which was a lot harder than it looked because I have the pathfinding of an RTS game character. Not only that though, in the background of every second I had to listen to the Fallout.mp3 Geiger counter sound effect because this place was absolutely beefed with radiation. So, just so you can feel the pain that I felt during this entire playthrough, I'm going to put the same sound effect in the background of this entire segment so that you can listen to it as well. I then met the infamous Oswald the Outrageous, which by this point I was very pissed off from chasing him around the park, so I just tried to put him down where he stood.
I can tell you're... Sorry, but I'm not going out that easily.
So after that, I went back on the wild goose chase to find Oswald because he decided to teleport into God knows where. And when I tell you this took probably upwards of at least an hour, I literally could not find where to go in this place. It was actually a maze. I felt like I was going to die in here. After approximately another 30 minutes, I finally found the elevator that led me to the top of Kiddie Kingdom. After I got to the top, I was face to face with Oswald himself, which tried to give me a really big sob story about something about a garden or something. Little does Oswald know, all that radiation that he had been pelting me with this entire time would be his own downfall, because while he was sitting pretty up at the top of Kiddie Kingdom, I was vigorously inhaling all of his radiation. At this point in time, I was so fed up with chasing this man around the world, so I just resorted to instant violence. With my newfound superpowers and stage 20 cancer, I channeled my inner Mike Tyson and put him down with one single punch. After that, I donned his clothes, completed my Willy Wonka cosplay, and rose the flag on Kiddie Kingdom. I also liberated Galactic World while I was at it, but that was 2 hours of the worst scavenger hunt I have ever participated in, so I will not be giving it any mention in this video whatsoever. At this point in time, we have 2 out of the 5 parks liberated, which means we still have 3 more to go. If you guys did like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really mean a lot. This video took a long time to make and I put a lot of effort into it. So if you want me to put out part 2 where we go through the 3 other parks, then please tell me in the comment section below. Anyways, I hope you have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is for you. I just hope you have a good day. And yeah, see you all in the next one. See ya.